I'm here today to review the COOWPS 17-in-1 Switch 2 Accessories Bundle. Full disclosure, I was sent this product for review, but these opinions are all my own. I'm going to go through the pros and the cons of everything I liked or didn't like about this. Before I even get into it, I'm just going to say the price for this bundle is pretty good for what you get. According to Amazon, the list price is $69.99, and it's on sale for $46.99. Don't be fooled by the box that says 16-in-1. They must have printed this box before they decided to include a second USB-C cable. Because despite the box saying there's one cable, it came with two cables, bringing this bad boy up to 17 things that are included with it. What's included, might you ask? 2 Pro controllers, 2 USB-C cables, 2 comfort grips, 2 steering wheels, 1 game card case, 2 screen protectors, 1 protective grip case, 4 thumb grip caps, and 1 carrying case. Between you and me, I haven't even opened the carrying case yet. I saved that for some sweet ASMR unboxing that we'll do later in the video, so stay tuned for that. Let's start with the pros of the Pro controllers. So I'm going to start with what I like the most, and the biggest value in this package in my humble opinion, which is that it comes with 2 Pro controllers and a USB-C charging cable for each one. They are compatible with all Switch models, which includes the regular Nintendo Switch, the OLED, the Switch Lite, and the Switch 2. Not only that, but it's compatible with the PC as well. I wasn't able to connect it wirelessly, but as long as you have a long enough USB-C cable, not included, you'll do just fine. To my surprise, these controllers are actually Hall effect joysticks. This is awesome because that means they will basically never suffer from joystick drift. Nintendo's own Pro 2 controllers and Switch 2 Joy-Cons aren't even Hall effect. And by the way, Nintendo's official Pro 2 controller costs $89.99, which is more than this entire bundle. Also, I like the design of these controllers. They're comfortable to hold, and basically they incorporate all the best parts of a PlayStation and Xbox controller design. The handles of the controllers have an anti-slip texture to them, and they feel good in your hands. Also, it's got a turbo button, which you can set to any button you want, and you can even change the speed of the turbo. To learn how to change the speed of the turbo,
check out the enclosed instruction book.
As a PC controller, it works just like any other X-input controller. You can use it with Steam or your favorite emulators. I was able to get the vibration function working in Dolphin, which is awesome! Now let's look at the cons of the Pro controllers. There's no way to wake your Switch 2 remotely with these controllers. But to be fair, Nintendo's official Switch 1 Pro controllers and Switch 1 Joy-Cons can't wake a Switch 2 either. Only the Switch 2 Pro controller or Switch 2 Joy-Cons can remotely turn on your Switch 2, or a couple other third-party controllers can do this too. This is because Nintendo changed the way the Bluetooth chip works or something. I don't really know the specifics, but I can't really fault these controllers too much for that. Also, there's no HD rumble, however, there is rumble. You can adjust the intensity of the rumble or turn it completely off with a secret button combination. To learn the secret button combination,
check out the enclosed instruction book.
The rumble setting is default at 70%, but you can increase or decrease the intensity as you see fit. You might find it annoying on games like Mario Kart World. For example, there's a lot of rumbles that are really subtle with the HD rumble, but with this controller, even the rumbles that are supposed to be subtle can feel a little stronger. Also, when I tried to use these controllers in the Switch Online, Nintendo 64, and GameCube apps, they just vibrate the entire time. But at least you can turn the rumble off if it's glitching out like that. The comfort grips. I was pleasantly surprised by these things. These are grips that you can stick the Joy-Cons into. They're interchangeable, so you can stick either Joy-Con into them and they just work. As far as I can tell, it doesn't use magnets or anything. There's these little rubber pieces that hold them in place. To remove the Joy-Cons, you just push through the hole in the back. 99% of the time, the controller stays seated inside, but you have to be careful because if you're playing a motion game like Mario Party and you're flinging the controller around, it is possible for the controller to come out. On top of the controller is something that makes pressing the SL and SR buttons even easier. These are great if you have big hands like me. My hands are so big, I can't just play one guitar, I have to play 2! Alright, getting back to the grips. They can actually make the Joy-Cons feel like a full-size controller, and you can feel the HD rumble of the Joy-Cons vibrate through the whole thing like it's a real controller. It's pretty sweet. So between the comfort grips and the Pro controllers that come with this bundle, you can actually have a pretty good 4-player experience for cheap. As long as the games don't require 2 joysticks, you're good. I find these are particularly good for playing any of the Mario Party games and Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart World.
The steering wheels.
The steering wheels are fine. They're best suited for younger players with smaller hands. As you know, I've got big hands. So these feel a little small in my hands. It's got similar trigger buttons to the Comfort Grips. They're light, which is probably a good thing. They're good for Mario Kart if you like to play that with motion controls, but I prefer playing with the joystick. Also, I wish that companies that made steering wheels like this would give an option to connect it to a weighted base that you could stick into a table and use like a real steering wheel instead of just holding it up in the air. Also, something that I found kind of funny was on the Amazon listing for this thing, they have pictures of these kids holding the steering wheels, but like the steering wheels look way bigger than they really are. But then again, I do have big hands.
The screen protectors.
This comes with 2 screen protectors, so if you inevitably screw up the first one like I did, you can just redo it. I've got a small bubble in it, but whatever, you can't really see it when the unit is on. It's fine. It comes with a plastic thing that is supposed to make it easier to apply. I'm not the best at applying these, but it's good to have a screen protector.
The protective grip case.
This thing is cool if you have big hands like me. You know, hands so big that you can't just play one guitar. It gives you just a little more to hold on to, plus you can even leave it on your Switch and put it in the dock and it still works. The only con to these is that they won't fit in your carrying case with it on. Also, I found it a little tricky to hit the power button with it on, but it's not a big deal. You can access all the buttons in all your Switch games with it on.
The 4 thumb grip caps.
Not much to say about these, but they're good thumb grips. I actually already have thumb grips on my Joy-Cons from the last COOWPS product review I did, and these appear to be the same, so I'll keep these on standby as backups. I definitely like my Joy-Cons better with these grips on. I've never actually had a problem with my fingers slipping, but it just makes the sticks feel more premium. Plus, I'm sure it protects them, and they just look cool. No complaints here.
The game card case.
This one I don't care all that much about since I already have a carrying case that holds more games than this, but I was pleasantly surprised that you can hold 12 games in it. I assumed it was just 6, but there's a whole backside to it too, so you can carry around your favorite games like Farming Simulator. Switch 1 and 2 games are the same size, so it can hold either. And it looks like you can even hold 2 microSD cards in it, and that's real freaking neato.
The carrying case.
To be honest, I already have a carrying case that I use, but this is a nice sturdy case and a welcome addition to the bundle for sure. It can hold 8 games, so between this case and the plastic game case, you can carry 20 games, if you think about it that way. One thing that could have made this case better is if it had a carrying handle on it. All in all, this package is a great value, especially when you consider one official Pro 2 controller costs more than the entire bundle. And this comes with 2 Pro controllers and a bunch of other goodies.
That's all for today. See you later.